किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं होगा कि चाइना के एक हेज फंड मैनेजर ने शुरू किया हुआ साइड प्रोजेक्ट चैट जीपीटी को टक्कर देगा। व्हाट्स ऑल दिस हाइप अबाउट डीपसीक? इज डीपसीक रियली बेटर देन चैट जीपीटी? In this video, we'll compare each and every aspect of DeepSeek and ChatGPT, and at the end of the video, we'll see which one is better. The Chinese hedge fund manager saw that his company had many outdated GPUs, and he thought that he should put them to use. And that is why he started this side project where he used this outdated GPUs to build an AI model. And that's how DeepSeek was born. Deepseek R1 uses reinforcement learning, whereas ChatGPT uses supervised learning. What's all of this? First, let's understand this with the help of simple example. Reinforcement learning is a technique by which model learns to reach to an optimal solution by taking the path with maximum rewards. Take example of a small baby playing around in the house. There's an open socket board. He just sees it, goes and puts his fingers in that, and he feels a shock. Now he knows that this open socket board is harmful for him, and so from next time he'll definitely not choose that path. And now he goes and plays with a soft ball and he has fun. So now he knows that this ball is harmless and this is the right way to have fun. And this is how he learns how to have fun in a harmless and most optimal way. This is an example of how reinforcement learning works. Now coming to supervised learning. Supervised learning is a technique in which you give the model a labeled data set. Now what is a labeled data set? Basically you give the baby all the objects or the images of the objects and categorize those as harmful and harmless. You give him images of a rose with thorns on the stem, a knife, or an open socket board, and label that as harmful. And then you again give him a data set, objects or its images by labeling harmless. The images can be of a softball, a couch, his other toys with which he plays every day. And that's how he understands what is good for him and what is not. And that is supervised learning. It was pretty easy, right? But how reinforcement learning works better or is more efficient in dynamic environments where the user chats with DeepSeek or ChatGPT to get optimal results. Reinforcement learning is often considered better than supervised learning in scenarios where optimal action isn't already known, and exploration is to be made with decision making within a dynamic environment. A dynamic environment is basically where the factors or the agents involved in the environment are not fixed. The factors might change, like the format of the questions you enter as a prompt might change. The format in which you expect the output from the AI models might change. You might first ask it a mathematical question, then you might ask it a question related to content creation. Everything changes according to your prompt and your expectations and how you write the prompt. This is a classic example of a dynamic environment. And in this particular type of environment, reinforcement learnings work better. Reinforcement learning allows the agent to learn through trial and error, which allows the agent to potentially discover better optimal solutions than what could be labeled in the supervised learning data set. Thus, reinforcement learning adapts with feedbacks, aligns outputs with satisfactions, whereas supervised learning potentially limits flexibility and precision. With the help of reinforcement learning, DeepSeek makes prompting easier. DeepSeek reevaluates its answers in the process to get an optimal solution to a shorter prompt, and thus getting more rewards. On the other hand, while giving prompts to ChatGPT, you need to mention each and every detail regarding the task you needed to perform, be it the task itself or the context of the task, or you need to even sometimes give small examples to make it understand the format of output you expect from it. This makes a prompting bit difficult, and you need to enter larger prompts to get an optimal solution that aligns with our expectations. People on the internet say that DeepSeek is better than ChatGPT at coding. But if we look at the scores of DeepSeek and ChatGPT on the Codeforces benchmark, ChatGPT has achieved a score of 96.6%, whereas DeepSeek lags a little behind with a 96.3% score on Codeforces benchmark. But I still think that DeepSeek is better than ChatGPT at coding, but only for big companies and startup who are building tech products. Mainly because of two reasons. First, its open source nature, which allows customization and integration into the development workflow. And second, its cost effectiveness, which particularly attracts individuals and small teams. In this way, DeepSeek is better than ChatGPT, but considering its performance and the output that it gives in terms of coding, they are almost the same. But how is DeepSeek more cost effective along with achieving optimal performance and also being efficient at resource usage? With 671 billion parameters, DeepSeek only activates a subset of these parameters for every query, thus enhancing efficiency. While ChatGPT uses the traditional transformer model where all the parameters are being used for each and every task, thus compromising on efficiency. For normal users like us who use ChatGPT and DeepSeek for our daily tasks like writing code or writing some assignments or understanding some topics rather than just searching them on the internet, DeepSeek and ChatGPT gives almost the same level of performance. No matter what you use, you will get the right and the solution that you need. So now let's test the coding capabilities of both DeepSeek and ChatGPT by prompting them to build a game. So let's build the snake game that we used to play on our old Nokia phones long time ago. So I'll just write the prompt that build the snake game that we used to play on our old Nokia phones long years back. And let's see what it builds for us. So it's building the game for us by writing a Python code. It's giving a very structured code. And it's also giving instructions on how to play. So yeah, but I'm not getting an option to play the game here itself. So I'll type I want to play or run the game here itself. Okay, so I think probably it cannot run Python project. The code is written in Python, so I think probably it cannot run that code here. So we'll just give it a prompt that write the code in JavaScript and run the HTML code here itself. So yeah, so it says you can run this code directly in your browser. So this is what I wanted. And yeah, so see here we have a run HTML button. So once it finishes writing the HTML code, I will press this run HTML button. Yeah, it's done with it. And yeah, so run HTML, I'll just start. Oh wow. So I'm playing the snake game here, and the green rectangle that's increasing its length is my snake. And okay, speed of the snake is pretty fast though, but yeah, that's fine. And wait a minute. And what if we just Yeah, see, if the snake bites itself, then the game will restart and the score will be reset to zero. So yeah, it has built a very good game, I must say. And it is fun playing this after a long time. So anyways, we'll move ahead with ChatGPT, and we'll test the same game by giving the same exactly same prompt to ChatGPT. And yeah, so I'll just open ChatGPT and I'll go back to DeepSeek. I'll copy the exact same prompt that I have given to DeepSeek, and I'll just paste it here, and let's see what it builds for us. Again, ChatGPT is also building the game in Python, and so I think that we would require Python to be installed on our PCs, and we cannot run this code directly on our browser. So once it finishes building the code, I'll just tell it to build the game again in JavaScript and run the HTML code here itself on the browser. So yeah, it is done with building the code, building the game, and I'll again go to DeepSeek. We had asked DeepSeek that I want to play. Okay, so we know that the Python file cannot be run on the browser directly, so we'll just skip that prompt and give it the prompt that write the code in JavaScript and run the HTML code here itself. So I'll copy this exact prompt and print it here. Let me correct the spelling of run, and yeah, we are good to go. Yeah, so it's building the game for me. We'll wait for it to complete the code. Yeah, this is the HTML code it is writing. And I think the speed of both ChatGPT and DeepSeek is almost the same. Of course, because it is building a very simple project and there would not be a lot of time difference between those. But yeah, I think what we are talking about is we are trying to compare these for our daily use. And as I said, for our daily use, they perform exactly the same. So yeah, once I play the preview button and yeah, just try to play the game. Yeah, it's also giving the same output that DeepSeek gave me. And yeah, the snake's length is increasing as expected. Again, the speed is a bit fast here too, but the game is working pretty fine. The only thing is that ChatGPT is not showing any score here. Yeah, so even if my length increases, it's not showing any score, but I think that's fine. We can just give another prompt and tell it to display the score too. And again, this may be because DeepSeek again uses reinforcement learning, and as I mentioned earlier, that it reevaluates its answers in the process to give an optimal solution, and it works better in dynamic environment. And because of all these techniques, as I mentioned earlier, that it is best for answering, giving a very good answer to a very short prompt. Like here, we just asked to develop a snake game for me that we used to play in Nokia phones long time ago. This was a very short prompt, and DeepSeek gave the output as we wanted. It gave the scoreboard, it gave everything. But ChatGPT here, neither did it give the scoreboard, nor the snake is dying. See, so basically, even if the snake is biting itself, it's not dying. Yeah. So these are the two flaws in this game built by ChatGPT, but I think they are very minor flaws, and ChatGPT and another prompt for ChatGPT would do. But yeah, the game is built pretty well. DeepSeek and ChatGPT both have, I would say, both have performed almost equally and the game of build a very good game which I'm enjoying right now. But yeah, anyway, so let's stop this game or I'll continue playing this forever. Talking about mathematical benchmarks, on Math 500, Deepseek R1 takes the lead with an impressive 97.3%, slightly surpassing OpenAI at 96.4%. This benchmark tests models on diverse high school mathematical problems requiring detailed reasoning. And so DeepSeek might perform a little better at your math problems which you use to solve your math assignment in college or in school. But there are also some shortcomings of DeepSeek R1. Let's talk about those. First, it stores all your personal and private data in People's Republic of China, which is not considered to be a safe place to store confidential data. Second, it gives politically biased answers. Just have a look at this. If I open a new chat in DeepSeek, and now if I ask it whether Beijing is a part of China or not, so I ask, is Beijing a part of China? And it says, yes, Beijing is the capital of People's Republic of China. But now if I type, is Arunachal Pradesh a part of India? It says, sorry, that's beyond my current scope. Let's talk about something else. As you all know that there's a political conflict regarding Arunachal Pradesh. China includes Arunachal Pradesh in their map, and these maps are used in all Chinese schools, offices, and at all places. And so it refuses to answer this question. But now, if I ask, is Pune a part of India? It says yes, Pune is a major city in state of Maharashtra and is indeed a part of India. Let's take name of some a city which is not very renowned. So let's take Thoraipakkam. It's a neighborhood located in Chennai, and perhaps only the people in Chennai and few other more people might have heard about Thoraipakkam. So is Thoraipakkam a part of India? And it says yes, Thoraipakkam is a neighborhood located in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and is indeed a part of India. Yeah, so DeepSeek even knows that Thoraipakkam is a neighborhood located in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, which is in India. In spite of Thoraipakkam being a neighborhood which is not very renowned and might be known only by people of Chennai. Of course, Deepseek R1 is expected to know Thoraipakkam, but the point that I want to prove is that it knows about Thoraipakkam, but it doesn't know about Arunachal Pradesh, or rather, it refuses to answer any question regarding Arunachal Pradesh and it being a part of India. And that's why it gives such politically biased answers. And these are the two shortcomings of DeepSeek. So now that we have discussed all the points about DeepSeek and ChatGPT, what's better, DeepSeek or ChatGPT? According to me, it completely depends on your use case and the data you are handling. For example, if you are working on a tech product or automizing processes for some companies or startups or some agencies, DeepSeek definitely beats ChatGPT anytime because it's open source, cost effective, and uses resources efficiently. Whereas if you're dealing with a very confidential data, maybe you are working for a bank who stores users' financial data, or you are an agency owner and users' data is of a topmost priority to you, then ChatGPT is anytime the best option because mainly of its adherence to the Western data protection standards, which is considered to be a safe choice. And if you're using these models for daily tasks, then just go ahead with anything, DeepSeek or ChatGPT, it doesn't matter. Both work the same. So go ahead and play with both the models and explore more. I have mentioned a few links in the description. If you visit the links, you will find some very useful research papers which you can read to know more about this battle between DeepSeek R1 and ChatGPT. And if you want to grow more, just subscribe to this channel for more such useful content.